Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today I want to chat about the core and core training. Now, there is a lot of misunderstanding, a lot of misconceptions about this element of training. So I want to maybe shed a little bit of light on it for some of you and just throw my spin on it, guys. We're going to go over 3 parts of core training. So firstly, I'll chat about what core training is, or what the core is. Secondly, I'm going to chat about what the core does. And then thirdly, I'm going to go over my 2 favorite movements for core training. Okay, so question number 1, what is the core? Now, the muscles of the core, there are quite a few different definitions for this. And if you have to Google muscles of the core, chances are the first 10 pages that come up are all going to have a different answer. Now, the specifics of these aren't important. I see it as the core is basically the support structure around your spine. So wherever you are sitting or standing, watching this video, if you have to imagine squeezing all the muscles around your core as hard as you can and trying to create a brace around your spine, all those muscles that are working, those are parts of your core. So of course the obvious one, your abs and the muscles below it. Then there's also elements of your hips that get involved, lower back, even your lats get involved to some extent as part of the musculature of the core. So all these muscles of the core, what do they actually do? So as I said, the core is basically a support structure for your spine. So we need those muscles to be able to brace around the spine and protect it. However, we also need it to be able to facilitate and control other movements. Now, if you have to imagine, you can lean forward with your spine, lean back, bend side to side, rotate, and a combination of all of those. And your core needs to be able to facilitate it, control all those movements, and be strong in all of those different positions. So as well as being strong in these various positions that the spine can get into, your core also needs to be strong when you're starting to add load to the spine. Now in the gym, that's easy to think about. If you have to grab one dumbbell and gravity wants to pull you over to the side, the core needs to work to keep you up nice and straight. That's easy. But there's also things in everyday life where we're going to see this type of thing. Picking up shopping bags. One side's heavier than the other. Your core's got to work to stay upright. Another one, not so obvious, when you're walking or running, you're going to be on one foot for a time being. At that point, you're going to be slightly off balance. Body's going to want to go over to the side. Your core's going to be working all the time in order to control that position as well as facilitate that step-to-step movement. Okay, so what's the best way to train the core? Generally, when you talk to somebody about core training, there's always 2 exercises that are going to come up. That is just the standard plank on the forearms as well as a sit-up. Both of these are cool movements, and they have their place, but they only challenge the core straight backwards and forwards. And effective core training, we need to have some type of challenge from a different direction, as well as an element that's challenging rotation and shifting side to side, guys. My favorite ways to train the core, number 1 is through standard squats and deadlifts, guys, and doing them with load. Putting a bar on your back or holding a kettlebell or something like that in front of you is going to challenge your spine backwards and forwards, and under load, that's going to make you stronger. Same thing with a deadlift, holding a bar out in front of you, you're going to need to brace this midsection nice and hard in order to control that position, and that's great for core training. But when we start to get into that multi-directional thing, I've got 2 exercises that I love. I'm going to show them in a little while, but they are the single arm farmer's walk as well as a pile-off press. First up, the single arm farmer's walk. So what we're going to do, you're going to grab something, kettlebell, dumbbell, or anything weighted like that, hold it in one arm. From here, what's going to happen is obviously that's going to try and pull you over to the side. The challenge is to try and stay nice and upright by bracing that midline as hard as you can. From here, take nice small steps forward and just walk. Keeping that braced midsection the whole time and not letting your body swing to the side. You are going to be wanting to use a weight that's going to challenge you and try and pull you over, but you don't want a weight that's so heavy that you're having to almost compensate over to the other side. Guys, I recommend anywhere from 20 meters up to 100 meters per side, varying the weights that you will use. Second exercise that I love for core training is a pile-off press. So for a pile-off press, what you're going to need is just an elastic band of some sort, and you're going to anchor it at about shoulder height. So what we'll do from there, you're going to step out till there's a bit of tension on the band, start nice and close to your chest, then from here in a nice braced position, you're going to press straight out in front of you and then control all the way back in. What's happening is as you press out, that band is challenging you and pulling you towards that anchor point, and the challenge is to try and keep your shoulders and your hips square the whole time by bracing that midsection. This is just one version where you're in a standing position. You can change that by going into a split position, outside leg up, inside leg up, going all the way down to a lunge, kneeling on both knees. There's a whole lot of different versions and they all challenge you a little bit differently. You can do this for anywhere from 10 to, I'd say, 25, 30 reps and repeat it on either side. So that's my take on core training, guys. I hope you found that informative and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, swing them my way. Otherwise, have a lekker week and I'll see you next week. Cheers.